GCAA coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Both feds in the state wanna see my knee. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got a hip and shouted he not out. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now. Raws don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, strippers getting naked.
Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Last game of the day, last of 2 elimination battles. It is Gordon and Andrew. Gordon will play the role of the visitor in this one. Compliments of coin toss. Andrew College will be the home team. Robert Williamson, Jeff Timothy, head coach at South Georgia State, bringing you the action. Coach, thinking back to about 10 o'clock this morning. Hard to believe that it's looking this good by game time.
Beautiful.
For the last game of the day.
Unbelievable.
Yep. But we'll take it. Jake Carter starting it off for Gordon. Hunter Chiapana is the 2-hitter. Connor Hilton hitting 3rd. Gavin West, the 4 guy. Daniel Smith batting 5th. Tanner Patterson is the 6-hitter. Ledger Curl in that 7 spot. Caden Baggett hits 8th. Jackson Terry 9th. As that is chopped towards Nassau at 2nd. And Carter's out number 1. Noah Bunch, the pitcher for Andrew. Behind the plate is Braden Simmons, first baseman Jack Quick. At 2nd, you'll find Al Nassau. The shortstop is Andon Gray. At 3rd, Patrick Crosby. Left field, Luke Turner. Center field, Zach Bowman. The right fielder, Gage Fullerton. A little bit outside, or out the outside part of the plate to Chiapana. Connor Hilton moving to the on-deck circle. The elimination game, we are down to the 1, 2, and 3 seeds.
Yep.
Out of play.
Truly no upsets.
Nope.
Higher seeds have won every game.
Except one.
Excuse me, you are correct.
And here's the rematch.
Yep.
Here's the revenge seeker.
Mm-hmm.
The Highlanders of Gordon. Of course, you know, it's a 2 and a 3. But still. Count even at 2.
I assume all hands on deck.
Whatever it takes to win the game.
Your next game starter might be in this game early, and
they might call up to the press box and say, "Hey, Timothy."
Nah, that's not going to go well. I can tell you that.
Your eligibility gone, huh?
Well, let's see, a shoulder surgery, and definitely not at my playing weight.
3 balls, couple of strikes, down the middle, and out goes Chiapana. I think he was trying to lobby a walk. Was pretty cut and dry down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
2 potential runners up and 2 potential runners sent back to the dugout. Connor Hilton coming to the plate. Well, I haven't asked you throughout the course of 5 games. Preferred play time. Is there a time of the day that you'd rather be out on the diamond, or does it matter?
I like night games.
You play most of your games at night at South Georgia?
I did till the hurricane hit and messed up our lights. This year was a lot of day games. I thought I was on the nice play.
Caught at 3rd by Crosby.
Mm-hmm. I thought I was on WGN with the Cubs doing the afternoon games. So,
Next.
but good news is we have good insurance, and we might even be getting an upgrade with LEDs at the field.
Oh.
So that'll be nice. I think you can. The technology bar, I think you can use your phone to turn them on. Which
You can.
Will be nice.
So something good came out of bad.
Yep.
We're headed to the bottom of the first. Nassau, Gray, and Quick. You're the three that'll head to the plate first for the Fighting Tigers.
Seems so good. I've been inclined to believe there never was, but now I look at the night and it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with romance.
Well, we got a new music guy up here in the box. Man, he just picked up the baton from the other guy playing the great music.
Perfect.
Some Neil Diamond. That was probably a little bit before his time. Just a little.
I'm guessing you're correct.
Bottom of the first out, Nassau starts at Andon Gray, Jack Quick. That's 1 through 3. Luke Turner, the 4-hitter. Anthony Kranzinski batting 5th. Braden Simmons 6th. Zach Bowman is the 7 guy. Patrick Crosby batting 8th. Gage Fullerton 9th. And his hit to short, scooped up by West, goes to first. Nassau's out number 1. All right, correct me. Typically folks say correct me if I'm wrong. I say correct me since I'm wrong. The pitcher pronunciation, Raylan Carvawal. Thinking the J's got kind of a...
It's closer than I can get it.
I mean, I'm thinking of the J having a
I think
little
the
bit
beginning's right. I'm not sure about the ending.
Okay. Carvajal.
I think the first 2 syllables are spot on.
Just not sure about the JAL.
Not sure.
All right. Behind the plate.
I will say he is committed to Georgia College and State University, D2 school in Milledgeville.
All right. Milledgeville, a town that also has Georgia Military College.
Yes.
That is a college town. Jackson Terry's behind the plate for Gordon. At first, Caden Baggett, the second baseman, Jake Carter, shortstop Gavin West, and at third, Hunter Chiapena. Left field, Connor Hilton. Center field, Daniel Smith. As that is shot over towards right field, will drop in front of Patterson, and on his way to second is Andon Gray. So a runner in scoring position for Andrew College. And Tanner Patterson, by the way, introduced as the shot headed his way in right. Jack Quick coming to the plate. Luke Turner moving to the on-deck circle. Milledgeville, by the way, I know you know you're a Georgia product, but was for a brief period of time the state's capital for Atlanta. And Georgia Military is in the actual former Capitol building. Ground towards West at short. And he's able to get the tag. Is third baseman Chiapena. On Andon Gray coming in. Two gone with Quick at first. Luke Turner coming to the plate with the base runner at first. Why is it, Coach, you have this look like I provided you some new info?
No, I was thinking of the base running.
You were focusing on the game.
I was focusing on the base running.
Me, trivia
ball
from
in front
where?
of the ball in front of the guy at second. You got to hold.
And he didn't. Got tagged out at third.
Because if he holds there, a single, he'll still score from second more than likely. Versus, it's probably going to take a. It's pretty tough to score from first on a single. So, don't worry, we've screwed it up too.
Everybody has.
And I like aggression.
Yep. Well, are you playing the odds in that particular case if you're Gray, thinking, okay?
I mean, if you think the shortstop's really shaded more up the middle anyway, I get it.
Ground to that shortstop. And West will flip it over to Carter and get Turner on the 6-4. One runner stranded, one base hit, nobody scores. We're through one, and we've got none. Just about all white, Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Gavin West starting off the top of the second. Daniel Smith, Tanner Patterson due up in the inning two. Lights on here at A-back. And we will need them before the night is done, likely. As that is delivered into left field, will roll all the way to the wall. On his way to second is Gavin West. And the Highlanders have got their first base hit of the game. Base runner in scoring position for Daniel Smith. Tanner Patterson moving to the on-deck circle. Leadoff hitter gets aboard here in the top part of inning number two. You mentioned that Andrew Collins had some injuries to their pitching staff. That does not bode well trying to come out of the loser's bracket.
No, it doesn't. I'm pretty sure everybody in our league's had at least some, but I think he's had more than some. So, but credit these guys that are getting the innings.
Nasa throw over to first, got the out. Nassa's just got such a experienced look, his body language at second. I mean, he realized there was a possibility that was going to deflect off the umpire. He just kind of waited to see exactly where it would go. But he would fit that description of poetry in motion. Inside to Tanner Patterson. West going to third on the ground, out 90 feet away from becoming the first run of the game. Patterson checking his swing. Well, give me a critique of the umpiring. Been pretty good. Consistent.
I mean, the game we played, I thought it was fine. I haven't seen a ton of missed calls. It looks like everybody's been stepping their game up.
2-1 pitch to Patterson. Shot right back up the middle, and that'll drive in West. Gordon on the board, compliments of the Tanner Patterson RBI single.
Good job, and even if the shortstop did field it, you're still going to get a run with a one-out runner at third.
But instead of a run in with 2 gone, it's a run in with 1 away, and Ledger Curl coming to the plate. A little bit low and inside. Caden Baggett on deck. Krasinski, Simmons, and Bowman in the bottom of the second. Andrew, fresh off a loss to Georgia Highlands, 12-4 in 8. Gordon coming in off a win earlier in the day over East Georgia in 5. How tough is it to turn around 35 minutes after a loss and try to win a game that keeps you in a tournament?
I mean, we play doubleheaders all the time, so I don't, to me it's more about your how hot it's outside. That's probably more for your catcher than anybody. I believe this game, Andrew's catching a different guy than previous.
Got Braden Simmons in this one. In the prior game had Jordan Baines.
Yeah. And pretty much everything else is standard. Obviously new pitcher, but in doubleheader that'd be it. It's usually just the catcher that most guys make a change. Because we're also in a stage where it's win or go home. So I would assume you're going to put your best 9. And I think Simmons has been their everyday guy for the most part. I know he hasn't started a couple games, but that,
They will punch a 9.16 ERA, 2-5 on the year. 15 appearances, 8 starts, 1 save, and has worked 38 and the third innings.
Yeah, Noah is he's a product from Ware County Gators. Coach Jamie Ammons, good friend of mine, does a great job over there at Ware County.
Where is Ware County in Georgia?
It's one of Coffee County's biggest rivalries, especially if you're talking football and baseball and all the above. So just I believe it's a couple counties over.
So now Coffee County is your home county?
Yes.
Which, Marietta, Georgia?
Marietta's in Cobb County.
Ah.
But I've been here 20 plus years, so I guess now I can.
Oh, so you call this? Okay.
I think
so
I need
Douglas
to.
is in.
Douglas, yes,
okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
1 ball, couple of strikes. King Baggett sending that one foul. No bunch.
I know it just goes over that fence. I'm telling you, I got you. I got you if it comes close.
I appreciate that. That one yesterday was a lot closer than.
I'm an ex-infielder. I can catch. I probably can't throw it back, but I can catch it.
Well, and I can duck. So we've got a pretty good combo there. Outside, Noah Bunch, 28 walks, 15 strikeouts. 52 hits given up, 46 runs, 39 earned. Couple of home runs allowed. And he has doinked a bunch of guys, 12. Fouled away by Baggett. One out with a full count on the fifth hitter to come to the plate in the second inning. One is in, one is out, two are on. Jackson Terry to the on-deck circle. Well, maybe it wasn't 3-2. Now it is. Count full, 3-2. Well, Mama was watching the prior game. Does Mama give analysis of Jeff Timothy's delivery and job? Or is it just great job no matter what?
She'll disagree with this, but
well, want to play my
she'll comment me if I go 3 for 4 and didn't get that fourth one.
Mama's expecting perfection.
I tell you, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
It's a.
She wants you to
even
be
though it's a game of failure, it's a game you still strive to perfect. Just gotta be able to handle it when you don't do it. So.
Nice play by Nassau, able to get the out on the 4-6. Takes care of Curl. Now you got runners on the corners for Jackson Terry. And Noah Bunch with an opportunity to get out of the inning with just a single run plating. Two and 0 on Terry. Terry, the Gordon catcher. .355 hitter. Eight walks, 9 strikeouts this year.
Ooh, that looked close.
A freshman.
Of course, you ask about strike zone and then it gets.
Yeah.
That's how it works. There we go.
And the count goes to 2-1. Well, I'm making the assumption that Jackson Terry, as a freshman, comes back to Gordon. But do as many freshmen come back these days as Nassau Scoops goes to first and got the out.
Two good plays. In between hop, and then he had first baseman picked him.
Couple of runners stranded. We'll let you ponder that question, and we'll head to the bottom of the second with Andrews sending the mid part of the order to the plate in right at 90 seconds.
Of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
Bottom of the second, Anthony Krasinski leading it off. Braden Simmons, Zach Bowman, 2 up in the inning. Well, the question was, with the portal and all this seemingly moving pieces in all levels of sports, do you have as many freshmen these days staying and leaving, as that will throw behind Krasinski and put him on with an infield single?
I mean, for us, you know, every school's different. For us, you know, if we do have a freshman that leaves, it's typically because they, you know, what we try to explain to our recruits is we're a stepping stone to help you get to what we hope is your quote unquote dream school. So like that's kind of the reason why they would leave. Mm-hmm. So like, for example, if let's say your dream school is an SEC school, and you know, I don't want to say that, I'm not going to use a school, but I'm going to say like a division, like let's say a Division II or an NAIA school, you know, is trying to recruit you as a freshman. You know, my answer to them is, do you think that opportunity is going to still be there in year 2? And in some cases, yes. In some cases, no, because of the portal, because of those things. So, but, you know, for the most part, that's, you know, but here's the thing. If I can get one great year out of him, I mean, that's great. So we would like to, perfect world. I like, you know, if we've got we've got about 40 kids that come in throughout the fall, and, you know, that gets cut down a tick in the spring, obviously, but, you know, we'd like to have 50% freshmen and 50% sophomores, because it kind of evens out how you know how many you have to recruit versus, you know, you're loaded with a bunch of sophomores, you know, and you got to do 80% of this, or, you know, versus 20%. And you're still going to have kids that, no offense, you're going to have kids that don't make good grades. You know, you're going to have kids that aren't happy with playing time or something like that. So it's a revolving door, and it changes daily. So, you know, we try to use the portal to help the needs, you know, if we have a deficiency in an area, you know, because that could instantly catapult you in a better spot. So
popped up, and the catch made by Terry Bowman, trying to move runners up, didn't. And there's one away with Patrick Crosby coming to the plate.
I hope that gave you an idea.
Yeah. It did indeed. Now, is recruiting a year-long thing, or have you've signed everybody that you're going to use for the upcoming year?
It's daily. It's daily. And it's not just bringing guys into us. It's, you know, it's making sure our guys that are here that are done, they have a place to go, and keeping up with that, and then getting these guys in, you know, maybe a summer ball league to, you know, maybe it allows a coach to go see him play since we're not going to play anymore. So, no, it's constant juggling of all the above.
Well, too, I know coaches are contacted by some of these leagues, like up north, that play collegiate ball in the summer. Are you placing guys up there too?
Yeah. I mean, we're trying. You know, we get a lot of kids from. You know, we get a lot of kids from kind of the North Florida area. We get kids, you know, making up, and you know, those are usually kind of ours. But, I mean, I do have a kid from Virginia. I do have, you know, I've had a guy from the Virgin Islands. I think I got a kid coming from the Bahamas this year. So, I mean, you can play. We're going to say, come on, you know, no matter where you're from.
Strike on the outside part of the plate. Crosby goes down, 2 away and 2 on. The 2 are on with nobody gone. Now on with 2 outs. Gage Fullerton to the plate. Coach, I do think you probably need to hire a media guy, which I happen to be, for some of these travels to the Virgin Islands and the Bahamas. You know, maybe do a little backstory on the player. I mean, just a thought.
Oh, definitely. You would be high on my priority list. I will say that.
Am I to feel like I don't need to go home and sit by the phone waiting on the call?
Well, I also know my recruiting budget, so unless you and me got a paddle board, and I think my daughter has one that I can blow up, so we can cut some costs there, but it's going to take us a while.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of the water.
Okay.
So that's going to be problematic.
So that's a deal breaker.
Yeah. On the outside part of the plate to Fullerton. Count goes to 1-2. On the side of the on-deck circle. Did he go?
No.
And it is 2-2. Top of the order and the top of the third for Gordon. Well, our games are narrowing. Either 1 or 2 more. If the Chargers would have their way, there's 1 more. If the Fighting Tigers or Highlanders have theirs, there's 2 to go. Do we know anything about Tennessee? Who's winning up there?
I don't know.
That is lifted in the direction of center field. To his right a bit. To make the catch is Daniel Smith, and the 2 on stay aboard.
Of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
Top of the third, top of the order. Jake Carter starts it. Hunter Chiapetta and Connor Hilton. In the last of today's elimination games.
Yeah, to give you an update on the Tennessee, their tournament, you've got 4 teams remaining. Walters State and Cleveland State are both in the winners bracket, and in the losers bracket is Southwest Tennessee and Felicity State. Pellissippi, excuse me, thank you. First year in the league, okay.
Popped up to center field. Joe Carter with a fly out. Well, Walter State year in, year out is near the top. I think they're the 1 seed currently.
I think so, correct.
Of course, Cleveland State, pretty good program too.
And Cleveland State was supposed to be our opening day, and unfortunately, it snowed in South Georgia.
Also snowed in Alabama. We had not had snow since 1993 that stuck on the ground, but it did then. I think it was 11 inches. A historic snowfall for the South. Hunter Chiapetta, followed by Connor Hilton. Yeah, I mentioned in an earlier game in talking with you, I don't know that I've ever heard of a school being impacted by a hurricane and a snowstorm in the same year.
No, usually one or the other.
Popped up by Chiapetta. Over towards right. And kicking it in to make the catch is Gage Fullerton.
He's made about 2 or 3 diving plays in this tournament.
Two outs for Connor Hilton. Gavin West moving to the on-deck circle. Andrew College, when we begin the bottom of the third, starts at the same spot, top of the order. Rolled over to first, and Jack Quick says, I've got this one. He'll take it to the bag. Get the out, 3 up, 3 down in the top of the third. Well, there was just one of many of the events this summer on JockJive. We're working with the showcase, and we'll start it off at Southern Miss And before the summer's done, head to LSU, West Florida, South Alabama, West Alabama, Pearl River, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Orange Beach, Nickel State. Trying to think where else. A lot of spots. All coming up this summer. Also this summer, World Series action. Babe Ruth Baseball in Jamestown, New York. Cal Ripken in Branson, Missouri. Dixie Baseball in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. All right here. And in the very near future, tomorrow, not only baseball here, but baseball in Alabama. Oxford, Alabama, ACCC D1. This weekend, D2, baseball at Troy University. The hit by the pitch goes to first. Also got softball kicking off tomorrow in Alabama. ACCC D1 softball at Alabaster. So a lot of stuff coming up. Base runner on, bottom of the third. And in gray with a double in the first. Nassad takes off. Even if the throw is on the money, he's there first. Number one base stealer in the GCAA.
And it's by a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, he had 56 coming in.
I remember approximately 3 years ago, we had the leading base stealer in the league, Chris Cole. He transferred to Kennesaw State for playing for Coach Ryan Coe. But I think that year he had like 30, 31, 32. This guy's got almost 30 more than that.
56 coming into the tournament. Yeah, the next nearest guy's got 26.
Yeah.
30 more. He has stolen more bases, 30, than Gordon's Hilton has, 26. He's doubled up on him. One, two to Andon Gray. And you got a time limit ball.
Yes.
Yep, 2 and 2. Even count at 2, nobody gone. Base runner in scoring position. Shot right back up the middle, the one hop, and now you got Nassau caught, and he'll get tagged out. That's a little deja vu from the game against Georgia Highlands. Similar situation. So one away with Gray on at first. Jack Quick to the plate. Swing and miss by Quick. Luke Turner moving to the on-deck circle. Wow, that is crushed towards left field. No doubt about it. 2 runs will come in. Quick's done it again. Andrew, a 2-1 lead.
You need help.
Luke Turner coming to the plate. Turner ground into a 6-4 Anthony Krasinski to the on-deck circle. Fouled away by Turner. Second home run of the weekend for Jack Quick. Fouled away by Turner. Slapped over to Warren second, fielded by Carter, goes to first, gets the out of Turner on the 4-3. And there's two away for Anthony Krasinski. Krasinski, a single in the second. Back to the plate here in the third, Braden Simmons moving to the on-deck circle. West, Smith, and Patterson when you get to the fourth for Gordon. As a strike is delivered to Krasinski.
Having issues with the scoreboard above my pay grade.
I can't believe we're having those kind of problems. On the outside part of the plate. A little bit outside with the offering. Well, that's the thing about technology. When it works properly, you love it. When it malfunctions, a stick of dynamite seems most appropriate. Krasinski going down to have a conversation with Coach. Well, apparently Krasinski okay if you were with us in the game earlier in his first at-bat on a 1-2 count, I believe it was. Just picked up a headache or some dizziness and had to come out of the game, and it was Brooklyn Brookshire that actually wound up finishing the at-bat. Strike three, and out goes Krasinski. But 2 runs are in. Quick is homered, and the lead now belongs to Andrew. It's a 2-1 advantage as we head to the fourth. Gavin West starting it off. Daniel Smith, Tanner Patterson, 2 up in the top part of the 4th in a 2-1 game. Popped up in the direction of center field. And then backing off in center is Bowman to make room for Fullerton, who makes the catch and registers out number 1. 1 out with Daniel Smith next. Well, do we talk about the text or we just leave it alone? A little bit outside.
Well, so the audience knows. You had asked about my mom critiquing me in baseball, and she's critiqued me a little bit in the broadcasting booth,
Yeah.
which is okay. Which is okay.
I'm just scared now, though. I'm scared I'll get critiqued. And my feelings might get hurt.
The thing that I want to tell her is, I teach classes also. So in front of people, I at least I feel like I don't make those mistakes.
Right.
But I will work on that.
Count goes even at 1 on Daniel Smith. Smith ground into the 4-3. Did have a question on YouTube that asked if we would be broadcasting the winner of this tournament versus the Tennessee winner. That actually is going to be played in Tennessee. We do those games if they're played in Georgia.
I believe
they're
it's in
playing
Georgia this year.
Are you
Yes, I think last year Highlands went to Dyersburg.
But isn't there as that is hit
It
third?
goes- nice play.
Crosby. Wow, what a dynamite play at third.
And that's our Gold Glove guy for the league. Made a Gold Glove play. Unbelievable.
I was thinking, though, where Tennessee is concerned, that because they're a larger region or something, where 2 out of 3 years is there.
Ooh. You know what? I think you might be right with that. Now that you mention it. We could ask the commissioner next time we see him.
Yep.
He has all the answers.
When he passes through the box.
Mm-hmm.
But if the games are in Tennessee, no. If the games are in Georgia, yes. There is, well, it depends on who wins. I know Walter State has got their own crew, so it would be broadcast if it's at Walter State.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Cleveland State, probably the same. I'm not sure about the other 2 schools.
Right.
Tanner Patterson with a single and an RBI. Ledger curled to the on-deck circle. A little bit inside with a pitch to Patterson, Simmons, Bowman, and Crosby. When you get to the bottom of the 4th. Here is the 3-2. It is outside, and the walk is handed to Tanner Patterson with 2 away. And he'll trot down to first. Ledger curl next. Caden Baggett moving to the on-deck circle. And it's sent to the right side and in foul territory. Not able to catch up with Gage Fullerton. Ledger curl, the DH, walked in the 2nd. What do you teach in class, by the way? I did not know you were a teacher as well.
Contemporary health issues.
The end of the dirt with the pitch.
My joke is sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's my joke.
That's what you teach. So AD, baseball coach, and teacher.
I think the proper term they want me to use is lecturer, but yes.
Lecturer, okay. Now, are you a professor? Do we call you Professor Timothy?
They just call me coach. I like coach better.
Lifted in the direction of center field, backtracking is Bowman. He's got room. He's got ball in mid. And Curl will fly out, leaving Patterson on. 4 up, 3 down, 1 stranded, 3.5 done. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Mid part of the order due up for Andrew. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Craps got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Chiappetta grabs it at third, goes to first with a throw, 1 pitch, 1 out in the bottom of the 4th as Simmons will ground out. Zach Bowman and Patrick Crosby due up in the inning as well. Pagateri and Carter in the 5th for Gordon. Bowman with a swing and miss. If you have not heard, tomorrow's championship starts at 10 a.m., not noon, and an earlier start, trying to get ahead of the weather. Although I looked at my weather app, and it said the rain shower comes in around 6:30 in the morning, as that is blasted towards the wall, right center field. It'll knock up against the wall for Bowman on his way to second with a 1-out double. But if you look at about 12 different apps, you probably get 12 different versions of where the rain is and when it hits. By the way, 3. We are 3 away from 6,500 subscribers.
3?
Yep, 3. I'd like to tell folks we're going to give away a brand new car to the 6,500 subscriber. But I mean, I'd like to tell that, but we don't have that kind of budget. Popped up the second.
Well, I can tell Sharon Layton and Gordon Layton and get you 2 right now.
All right, man. Whatever it takes.
They have been challenged.
Challenged to subscribe. Go to YouTube, put JockJive Sports in the search engine. Or better yet, you're probably, well, you are watching the game if you're hearing. So just click the subscribe button. But if you're going to tell other folks how to do it, JockJive Sports and click. Gage Fullerton, 2 gone, a base runner at second, Bowman. A little bit outside with the pitch. Baggett, Terry, and Carner coming to the plate in the 5th for Gordon. A little bit outside. Gordon finished 16 and 12. Andrew 11 and 17 in the conference. Both had winning years overall. 31 and 25 for Gordon. 30 and 24 for Andrew. Back to the screen foul. And in their meetings this year, 6th of March, an 11-8 Andrew win. 25th of March, a 19-6 Gordon win. The next day, a 16-6 Andrew win. And then Gordon takes a pair, 6-4 and 9-2. Payoff pitch to Fullerton. Swings, misses, goes down, leaves Bowman on, and we've played 4. Base hit into right field as we get the top of the 5th underway. Caden Baggett with a leadoff single. Third Gordon hit of the game. Tying run aboard as Jackson Terry makes his way to the plate. In all seriousness, though, in talking about your multiple jobs, that has got to keep you extremely busy. AD, lecturer, and coach.
And dad and husband and all that.
All that.
I don't like to sleep. How about that?
All right. ESPN color analyst. I mean, you know, you've added another.
I probably need some sleep, beauty sleep. Swing and a miss by Terry.
Well, the wife hasn't forced you yet to buy one of these, an Oura Ring, which keeps track of your sleeping and gives you a sleep score, tells you if you need more or less, and how the rest of your health is doing too.
I think she'd rather put a pillow over my head so I don't snore.
Terry grounding into the 4-3. You know, the bad thing about these gadgets that tell you what you're supposed to do to help your health is I guess they don't know I'm in the middle of a game. You know, stand up, walk around. Yeah, right. On to second goes Baggett. Tying run now in scoring position, and Terry with a chance to drive that run in. Nobody out, top of the order, moving to the on-deck circle. Even counted 2. That's rocketed into left field. Couple of runners aboard after back-to-back base hits. And the top of the order, Jake Carter coming to the plate. That is 4 bunch hits given up. Has Jake Carter coming to the plate 0 for 2 with a ground out and a pop out. At what point in the game as a coach do you start getting a little antsy if you are behind? Nassau conceding the run, trying to get the double play turn, thrown away over at first, bag it in, on his way to third. Carter, he will motor that way and get there safely. Hangs on to the bag for dear life.
I mean, 1-run game, no. 3+, yeah. You're really worried.
At this point in the game, the 5th inning?
No, there's too many outs, too many opportunities with the number of outs. So if we got a 9-inning game, what are we in, the top 5? We have 14 outs now.
Well, what is this discussion about?
I wonder if it's, I don't know.
And the put out of Terry. Then the throw over to first. Then gets away. Got the out of Terry on the 4-6. Carter winds up at third. And Baggett comes in to score. And we're probably too late behind the plate to get a picture of what might have happened. Well, the appeal by the Andrew coach. And it apparently was in regards to Carter as to whether he was maybe out at first for whatever reason. And now safely over at third.
Oh, maybe missing the bag at first and then moving. Yeah.
Runner in third, 1 away. Hunter and Chiapetta to the plate. Go ahead run 90 feet away. Chiapetta has struck out and popped out 0 for 2. Hit right between the shoulder blades. Chiapetta down to first and Connor Hilton to the plate. And here comes Coach. And there goes Bunch. We think. We will wait and see. Of course, based on my track record, when I'm suggesting a pitcher is going, he stays and completes the game.
Like you said, maybe he's talking him into keeping him in there.
Maybe. Have you ever walked out to the bump going, I'm getting this guy, taking him out, and he does convince you that he needs to stay?
Early in my career, not now.
Because 9 times out of 10 you were right and they were wrong, you leave them in and they hurt you.
Yeah, we'll say yeah, sure. Leaving him in, there you go.
Well, if he came out of the bump with the intent to pull him, which
A, he's talking about the hitter. B, you got first and third, so they run the guy. What are we going to do? We're going to throw down, or are we going to give him the bag?
Connor Hilton 0 for 2 in the game, has a couple of runners on. They're on the corners. Does Chiappetta stay long at first?
Well, I tell you, a surefire way to get a run no matter what is if he bunts this ball directly down the first base line with the first baseman having to hold the guy, he can't crash. And it's an easy read for the runner at third to just, it's not a suicide. It's a, it's kind of a safety squeeze per se versus suicide. You typically like to run that with no outs because if you get a bad bunt down, you at least sacrifice the guy to second. Or you can hit a sac fly or a double.
Off the wall, ricochets. That's got 1 run in. That's got Chiappetta at third, and Hilton's got a double that gives Gordon the lead.
Or if you trust your hitter's going to get the ball in the air and get him in, great job. And it's apparent 1 run's not going to be the difference. I think you've got to score multiple runs in innings.
Definitely in this league.
Yes.
And you got the intentional walk to West. Force outs everywhere or the double play to get out of the inning.
Yep.
If you are Daniel Smith, are you offended they walked the guy ahead of you?
Better be.
You want him to be, right?
I'll give you a story. I hate to brag on my kid, but, I'm a dad, and we had played in it's a region contest, and the kid hitting in front of my son was about 6 for 6 in a doubleheader, and he wasn't hitting singles. It was going off the wall or over the wall. Oh, look at that.
Base hit in left field. That'll bring in Chiappetta. It'll bring in Hilton. West Holmes at second. Smith drives into it first.
And kind of the same scenario there. They intentionally walked that particular hitter 4 times in the doubleheader. So my son's up, and he had 3 hits in those 4 at-bats and about 5 RBIs.
Wow.
So I said, how'd you like that? He goes, they think they can get me out. So I'm sure that's the same thing Smith was saying.
Well, he did deliver.
He did.
Tanner Patterson stepping into the batter's box and appeal to second to see if you get an out. And now, have you got a balk? Is that what the call was? And it was. I thought it was an appeal to see if the bag had been missed, but the umpire's calling a ball. And we are going to have another meeting between officials to see if we can get a consensus.
Can you rewind that by chance? No.
I can't.
Okay,
I've got to hit it within 40 seconds.
I understand.
I actually thought Bunch was appealing a call.
I did too.
Tanner Patterson coming to the plate. And the discussion between officials, we are assuming, well, I know I heard one of the officials say Paul. Well, Jeff's got his own instant replay, so we can go back and look and see.
Might have not stepped off the rubber. I'm not sure.
Well, even
Kind of hard to tell from the.
Yeah.
It was a long view.
But even in looking at that, it you know.
I don't. My question was the ball in play?
Yep.
It was not in play. But
Yep.
maybe I guess he had to be engaged in the rubber.
And the officials conversed, and that was their consensus. So Bunch is going to leave. And a new pitcher coming in. The new guy, the Bunch numbers after the break.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Aiden Carman, the new pitcher, if that name sounds familiar. He was the reliever in the prior game. Ground to first by Patterson. That'll bring in West. Meanwhile, Smith will go to third.
It was a good out. Good out for Gordon. Ground out RBI.
Turns it into a 6-2 lead for Gordon. And the ninth hitter to come to the plate in the inning, Ledger Curl, sending that one back this way. Caden Baggett, who began the inning, moves to the on-deck circle. Top of the order in the bottom of the fifth for Andrew. Al Nassau, Andon Gray, and Jack Quick. Here's the Carmen 0-2. little bit outside. As I mentioned, Carmen came into the ball game in the 6th against Georgia Highlands. And wound up working an inning in the 3rd. Gave up a home run that ended the ball game in the bottom of the 8th inning. Back up onto the bump here in the top of the 5th. .55 ERA. As that one is into left field, base hit for Curl. Smith will come in to score. And a Curl RBI single has got us back to the guy who started it, Caden Baggett. Baggett grounded into a 4-6. That will go to the screen and get Curl to second. And also singled earlier in the inning. Well, they're meeting again. I mean, what's the discussion here? You've got the options of what? Wild pitch, hit batsman, or got the bat. So that'd be a fouled off pitch then, is the apparent argument.
Mm-hmm.
So the outcome of this decision will determine where Curl is, first or second. And the officials determined it was ball 1. Well, you got a frustrated Andrew College coach because you're looking at about 3 different plays, all in the inning, that have all gone against Andrew. Caden Baggett back to the plate, Curl back to second. And that is popped up right side. It'll stay in the park, and there to make the catch is Gage Fullerton. Six runs will plate. Gordon taking a 7-2 lead into the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the fifth, top of the order. Al Nassau will lead it off. Andon Gray and Jack Quick. Due up in the inning to a 6-run. Top of the fifth for Gordon, sending 10 to the plate. On the outside part of the plate to Nassau.
You were asking down 5. Top of my lineup. I'm trying to push a few right here.
Here's a good guy to start things with. Those must be his lucky trousers, though. He's got them again. Those with a hole in them. Aerodynamic, somehow the airflow. Swing and a miss, Nassau goes down.
Well, if they're like us, our budget, I don't think they're aerodynamic. We just don't have any extras.
No seamstress on staff?
No seamstress.
One and two is Gray. Had a double in the first and ground out to second in the third. And I've never really thought about this until now. Is a female is a seamstress, a man a seamster?
Sounds right.
I've never really thought about it, but these are the strange places my brain goes over the course of a day of baseball.
I guess my answer is depends how you identify yourself. And that's as far as I'm going with that.
We'll stop there, right?
We'll stop right there.
On the outside part of the plate to Gray. Jack Quick, who had another mammoth home run in the third inning, moving to the on-deck circle. Gray with a double with one out in the first, ground out to second with one out in the third. And he will have a base hit into right field, a one out single in the fifth. Jack Quick coming to the plate, 1 for 2 in the game. A ground out to short and a home run. I don't think the home run today went as far as the one yesterday, but it was still a huge shot. Fouled away by Quick.
It went far enough.
All that needed to go was over that yellow line on top of the fence and left. A little bit low, and the count evens at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the sixth, Gordon's got the bottom of their order coming to the plate. Jackson Terry, Jake Carter, Hunter Chiappetta. That is another smash. That was a foot away from being a home run. Gray on his way home. Throw coming to the plate. Too tall. He will score, and Jack Quick will wind up at third. RBI double, Quick taking third on the throw. And even if that is the only run that Andrew gets in the bottom of the fifth, that's a pick-me-up run.
Yeah.
Well, the commissioner is here. We can ask him that question about Tennessee hosting.
Hit 2 out of 3. Yeah. So correct. It is at Tennessee.
So the winner of this one traveling to Tennessee to take on one of now 4 teams. Walter State in the championship. I guess they knocked off Cleveland State then tonight. and Cleveland State and Southwest Tennessee and is it Pellissippi? Pellissippi. They will all be battling for the right to take on Walter State. Although one of those elimination games has probably been played, and the field has been likely narrowed to about 3. Luke Turner, 0 for 2 in the game, is ground out to short in second. Ground to short. West going to first, gets the out, but the run comes in. So final score in softball, that's the Gaston and Georgia Military. Was that 9-zip? And they play 1 game today and 2 tomorrow? Yeah. If GMC wins the first game tomorrow. I think Gaston has only won like 55 games this year. Or 56. I mean, they're... Wow. So, Pellissippi? Pellissippi. Well, I mean, you know, Jeff does a health class that made me think of pills, so I was thinking Pellissippi. Hey, listen, I've been here since 10 o'clock this morning. It gets worse.
So we're going to now Albany or Albany?
Yeah, we'll go there next, I'm sure.
Pecan?
It's pecan. A little bit outside with a pitch to a pinch hitter.
Number 29, I believe.
Is Charlie Cap. Cap swings, misses, leaves, quick on. Actually leaves nobody on. And goes down with 2 runs plating. 7-4 ball game. We go to the 6th inning as the bottom of the order starts it off for Gordon. Jackson Terry starting things off. He'll go after the first pitch and send it foul. As we get the top of the 6th underway, Jake Carter and Hunter Chiapetta due up in the inning 2. So 3 teams left in Tennessee, and after tonight It'll be down to 2. Walter State in the driver's seat, getting into the championship game unbeaten, but not a shoe-in necessarily. So the question concerning coverage, if Walter State is in, I know they've got a crew that covers. I think the same is true for Cleveland State. So there would be coverage next week.
Well, currently, Cleveland State's playing Pellissippi. And it is 4th inning. Pellissippi is winning 6-4.
Wow. That is not bad for a first-year program.
Exactly. Wonder if they have some A-back stallion magic. First-year programs.
Yeah. Worked in the NAIA.
Yep.
Just out of reach of shortstop Andon Gray. On is Jackson Terry with a leadoff single. And we'll go back to the top of the order. Jake Carter is next. Carter 0 for 3 with a run scored. Hunter Chiapetta to the on-deck circle. Coming off the bumped field is Garman. Underhands, that was a little closer at first than maybe it should have been, but got the out regardless. Sacrifice moving Terry to second. Chiapetta 0 for 2 in the game, got hit by a pitch in the 5th and scored a run. Otherwise struck out and popped out. Connor Hilton to the on-deck circle. Little high with the pitch to Chiapetta. Mid part of the order to the plate in the Andrews 6th. Garman came into the ball game in the 5th, finished off the 5th. Worked the final 2/3 of the inning. Now into the 6th. Into the strike zone of Chiapetta. Running the count to 3-1. One hour, 40 minutes into this game. And there is a walk to Chiapetta. Couple of runners on for Connor Hilton. Hilton a double, a walk, and a fly out. The walk was intentional. Loaded up, and then Daniel Smith came in and smacked a 2-run single to left. Connor Hilton with a line out to third, a ground out to first, a double. Drove in a run and scored 1. Last game of the day. If we'd been able to start on time, we probably would be wrapped up by now, but a little shower activity came in. It is beginning to get a little cloudy as we speak. Well, that look at precip tomorrow on my weather app now is a little heavier around 6 a.m. and then again in the evening. And what initially was about 0.4 of an inch bumped up to 0.6 predicted for tomorrow. Here comes Coach, and there goes Garmin. So Garmin comes in. He will work officially an inning and hands it over to a new Fighting Tiger. The new Tiger when we come back.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
The new pitcher is Adam Boyd. Boyd with an 8.53 ERA. The freshman right-hander went 3-0, made 11 appearances. Got a save and worked 19 innings. $11 each in the strikeouts and walks. 20 runs, 18 earned, 28 hits given up, and 5 home runs by Boyd. Facing Connor Hilton with a couple of runners on and 1 away. Gavin West to the on-deck circle. Count runs full at 3-2 on Hilton. He lined out to third in the first, to first in the third, and a double in the fifth. And his ground is short. Gray to Hassan and thrown away. Terry comes in. Chiapetta off the base path. The second goes Hilton. So they get it out of it, but a run comes in. As Terry will score. Runner in first is Hilton. Gavin West to the plate. Or at second now is Hilton. The error got him to second. And Gavin West to the plate. West with a double, a fly out, and a walk. Daniel Smith on deck. West with a leadoff double in the second. The leadoff fly out to right in the 4th. Got the intentional walk in the 5th. That's a high fly ball in the direction of center field. Zach Bowman underneath for the catch, and left on is Hilton. But another run will plate the lead 4 as we head to the home half of the 6th.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Outside taste freeze. Diane sat on Jackie's lap, got his hands between her knees. Jackie said, hey Diane, let's run off behind the shade trees. Dribble off those spotted brooks, let me do what I please. Say, oh yeah, life goes on, long after the thrill of living is gone.
Bottom of the 6th, Braden Simmons starts it. Zach Bowman and Patrick Crosby due up in the inning. Simmons reached on an error and ground out to 3rd. Chiappetta reaches down, got a mid on it, won't be able to get the throw over to first in time, and on is Simmons. And that's scored as an E5. Second time that Simmons has gotten aboard compliments of the mistake. So a runner on to begin the 6th. Zach Bowman to the plate. 1 for 2, a fly out behind the plate, and a double. Patrick Crosby to the on-deck circle. That is sent towards right field a long way, but a long way foul. Dropped into right field. That'll be a base hit. Bowman getting Simmons to second. Bowman with a single at first. Couple of base runners on for Andrew. Well, we gave you that Georgia Military College score against Gaston. 9-0 was the final, but congratulations to the Bulldogs winning the GCAA last week in Locust Grove. Went unbeaten and now representing Region 17 against Region 10.
Is that a best of 3 series?
It is.
Okay.
Patrick Crosby. A strikeout and a flyout. 379 hitter this year. Showing bunt, strike delivered, trying to pull back, did, but the pitch into the strike zone. 21 RBIs, 22 walks, 28 strikeouts. 50 hits in 132 plate appearances for Crosby. Carvajal over to first, sacrifice moving runners up. But Carvajal with a good play defensively to be able to get Crosby. One out with a couple of runners in scoring position. Gage Fullerton next, 0 for 2. Fly out to center and a strikeout. Top of the order on the side of the plate. Fullerton with a fly out to center, a strikeout. And came in innings 2 and 4, back to the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Oh, look at there. We're right on 6,500 now. You must have gotten your son, your wife to all sign up.
There you go.
Keep them coming. I mean, if we're going to get to 1 million, we got a heck of a lot of signees we've got to get. One-two offering to Fullerton. A little bit outside. Even counted 2. And that will get into foul territory. You mentioned the damage done to your stadium there in Douglas. Will the lights be ready for next year?
It better be.
You know how things are these days. They take a while. I don't think he held up. He did not. And out will go Fullerton. Top of the order, Al Nassau coming to the plate. Nassau ground into a 6-3, got hit by a pitch and struck out. Exciting guy to watch play and obviously great speed. A 1-0 pitch to Nassau on the outside part of the plate. I'm actually from a part of the Florida Panhandle that produced a kid named Houston McTier. I don't know if you remember Houston McTier was a world-class sprinter from a little tiny town called Baker, Florida. There's about 300 people in the town at the time. It's grown now. Was on Sports Illustrated at the age of 16. One-two pitch to Nassau. Did he go? He did as well. Two guys that tried to hold up their swing and couldn't. Two runners get on, but two runners are left on as we go to the top of the 7th.
of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet is so far I'm looking down, now that it's over, reflecting on all of my mistakes. I thought I found the road to somewhere in history. I cried out, heaven save me, but I'm down to one last breath, and really.
Top of the 7th, Daniel Smith starts it. Tanner Patterson and Ledger Curl 2 up as well. Gordon with a run in the first, 6 runs in the 5th, and a run in the 6th. Andrew with a run in the 3rd. 2 runs actually in the 3rd and 2 runs in the 5th. And we make our way to the top of the 7th. 2 hours into the game. Just about to cross over that 2-hour mark. Outside with the pitch to Daniel Smith. Smith is grounded into a 4-3, a 5-3, and single. The single brought in a pair of runs. Andrew in the 7th has 2, 3, and 4 and 2 up. Gray, Quick, and Turner. We are seeing the last rays of sunshine, or I guess we probably have sunset officially, as this one is popped up. Foul territory. And it will drop. Sunset so long at 8:19. We'll see it again at 6:42. Well, the rain chance for tomorrow has dropped a little bit since the last time I looked. 75 earlier, 65 now. So who knows? It could be sunny tomorrow when we get here at 10. Even counted 2 on Daniel Smith. Outside for ball 3. One of these two teams taking on Georgia Highlands. Georgia Highlands kick back at the hotel and probably hoping for about a 15-20 inning game here, as Daniel Smith is given a walk. Tanner Patterson to the plate. Patterson 1 for 2. Rolled down the first base line, and Boyd able to reach and tag out the runner. Smith will go to second. Ledger curl, a walk, a fly out, a single, innings 2, 4, and 5. Back to the plate here in the 7th. That is, trying to feel it on the short hop was Gray. Finds its way into left field. And that has got a couple of runners on. They will be on the corners. The debate going on in the box, hit or error. So we're giving a hit to Curl. Puts a couple of runners on. Caden Baggett coming to the plate. Caden Baggett, ground out, popped out, and in between single. Jackson Terry moving to the on-deck circle. One away, 2 aboard, 4-run lead. Top of the 7th. Gordon and Andrew meeting for the second time in the tournament. But yesterday it was an Andrew win. That is sliced in the direction of left field. That's going to drop in as a base hit. In to score is Smith. Going to second, Curl back it on with an RBI single. Took out his 9-iron and dropped it into left. And you got a couple of base runners on and a 5-run Gordon lead. There is another base hit into left. Curl will hold at third. You've got the bases loaded with 1 away. And the top of the order coming to the plate. Jake Carter is ground out twice, popped out once, laid down a sacrifice. 0 for 3 in the game. Hunter Chiapetta moving to the on-deck circle. Well, Coach, I know you've been coaching for 25 plus years. Does that mean you've thought about retirement? Have you got a retirement date in mind?
No, I don't have a date.
It'll happen one day.
It'll happen.
And you'll know it.
I'll know it.
Then you start to work on the golf game?
That's a fact, Jack.
Fouled away. Bases loaded up in the 7th. Jake Carter has been the first out in every inning that he's been an out. And he's got himself a base hit here. It'll bring in Curl and Baggett. Throw, though, coming to the plate. Not there in time. And meanwhile, with a throw to the plate, Terry takes the opportunity to go to third. Carter drives in 2. And Boyd getting a visit. And Boyd exiting the game. A new pitcher coming in, the new guy for the Fighting Tigers when we come back.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Couple of runners on as the new pitcher is Peyton Moorfield taking off for second. Throw winds up in center field, and on his way home is Terry to third, Carter. And then lead will go to 8. Garcia Panna coming to the plate. And is fouled away by Moorfield. I make that by Chiapetta facing Moorfield. Well, Coach, coming into the ballgame, you kind of called it, said that, hey, if you needed the kitchen sink, you'll call on the kitchen sink to toss. And you got Andrew College now using their 4th pitcher of the game. Just trying to find that formula that gets them, in this case, to the bottom of the 7th. High pitch to Chiapetta.
Currently, they got to get 2 outs without giving up another run and score a run to keep it going.
4 runs are plated in the inning. Yep, the lead goes to 8. Mercy Rule kicks in after 7 at 8 runs. So at the moment, got to pick up 1. Of course, Gordon trying to get that run Carter at third in. And they will get the out. At the plate, on the put out, they go 6-2. Gray able to get Carter. Well, if you were Gordon, are you sending the runner regardless, or would you sit there and wait on that hit to short?
Feast or famine. Depends what to me, if the pitcher's, if he's at third, there's a lot of ways to get on, even with 2 outs. But you can also just put pressure. Pressure. I don't think it matters what you do in that situation. You've got your 8. Even with infield in with 1 out, we would go 9 times out of 10, just because it's different. If nobody was out, absolutely not. But 1 out, I think you gotta try.
Two and 0 the count on Connor Hilton. Hilton 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI, and run scored as well. On the outside part of the plate for Moorfield. Two-one pitch popped up right side. Gage Fullerton backs off, and Al Nassau from second goes over to make the catch. 4 runs plate. Andrew Collins knows they've got to have 1, or we don't go to the 8th as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Andon Gray leading off the bottom of the 7th. Andrew Collins needing a run to buy some more outs. Gray has doubled, singled, and popped out. New pitcher Grant Edwards. Right-hander with a 7.75 ERA, 3-3 on the year, 22 appearances. Started 4 games, saved 3, worked 40 2/3 innings. 10 strikeout, make that 10 walks, 42 strikeouts, 64 hits given up, 42 runs, 35 earned. Gave up 9 home runs. And comes to the plate to make that to the heel in the bottom of the 7th. With Andrew Collins needing a run. And actually more, but just need one to get the game to the 8th inning. If it heads to the 8th, Wes Smith and Patterson will come to the plate. That is hit towards left field and in front of the warning track. Catch made by Connor Hilton. One out for Jack Quick. Quick is grounded into a 6-5 homer and double. Sends that one foul. 2-run homer and a 1 RBI double. That is ground to short, fielded by West, goes to first. Got the out. Well, that was one of those where Quick kind of gave up on the ball. I mean, if he's running full speed ahead, might have made it. As the throw was a little errant, but still able to tag the runner out, bag it. Luke Turner to the plate. Rounds it to Chiapetta at third. He'll field. He'll go sky high with the throw. And that has got Turner on his way to second and there safely. Camp, who came into the game in the 5th, coming to the plate in the 7th. Well, that took off on Chiapetta. Hoping to end the game, but instead extends the game to the Cap at bat. Braden Simmons to the on-deck circle. Cab came into the game in the 5th and struck out. Took over the DH role from Anthony Krasinski. Nothing in 2 on Cap. O2 offering a little bit outside. And a shot in the direction of center field, backing up a bit to make the catch. Daniel Smith's got it, and the ball game's over. It will end after 7 innings as the mercy rule will kick in and finish it in the season. For Andrew, it will extend the year for Gordon. So tomorrow, it is Gordon and Georgia Highlands battling for the championship at 10 a.m. If Gordon wins that game, they've got another around 1 o'clock. And there are your final numbers, as Gordon State commits 4 errors but gets over the errors. 11 hits, 12 runs, 1 in the 2nd, 6 in the 5th, a run in the 6th, and 4 runs in the 7th. Leaving 6 on Andrew College, a total of 8 hits, They will leave 6 aboard, commit 3 errors, and get runs in the 3rd and in the 5th, 2 runs each. And that's it for day number 3. On to the championship tomorrow. Coach, final, just amazing analysis before we move on.
Get some sleep, no rain.
All right, good advice. Sleeping zilch on the rain category. 12-4 final for the GCAA. Commissioner Dave Elder, Jeff Timothy. I'm Robert Williamson. We'll see you at 10 tomorrow.